Daring Wood, also known as the Screaming Wood, holds the world record for being the most haunted place in the UK. And a solo camper from the famous YouTube channel, Camper Vibes, is about to experience why. She headed into Daring Wood seeking solitude and a peaceful escape from her busy life. As she arrived, she set up her camp, noting the dense silence that enveloped the woodland. Normally unfazed by camping alone, this time she felt a subtle chill of unease she couldn't quite shake. As darkness fell, Jane began to explore her surroundings. At first, she heard distant, almost inaudible whispers carried by the wind, but dismissed them as tricks of her imagination. After dinner, Jane settled in for the night, but at 2 a.m. is when things start to take a horrific turn, when she starts hearing unexplainable noises, which she is scared to think might be footsteps. And after this encounter sometime later, she is convinced there is more than one person outside her tent, which sends shivers down her spine, as you can see.
What the fuck was that? I don't want to turn the light on because I'm pretty convinced there's been a person or persons. What the fuck? I've never wanted the morning to come as much as I do right now.
Because there was definitely something that woke up the sleeping crows as visible. Finally, as dawn approached, Jane emerged from the forest, breathless and trembling. She reached her car, the safety of the modern world a stark contrast to the horrors she had just experienced. Sean, the adventurous soul behind the YouTube channel, often explores the hidden corners of the UK with his solo camping trips. His channel is a treasure of serene landscapes and peaceful nights under the stars. But in February 2024, one of his camping trips took a terrifying turn.
I mean, I am parked on the side of a road. I have parked across from a bit of a clearing. After last week's video where I had a little bit of aggro, I decided this week I'm just going to come out in the middle of nowhere so that I can have a little bit of downtime.
On this particular adventure, Sean decided to leave his van parked by the side of the road next to a dense woodland area. After a few hours of exploration, he returned to his van and later set out for another evening stroll. After his walk, Sean settled into his van, cozying up for the night. He signed off his video with the typical, "All being well, I'll see you in the morning, good night." But as he drifted off to sleep, the real story was just beginning to unfold.
All being well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
A car's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
At around 3 o'clock a.m., Sean was jolted awake by the sound of a car pulling up nearby. He listened carefully as footsteps approached and circled his van. His heart raced as he realized someone or something was outside. So he quietly pulled back the curtains to see what was happening, and the mysterious visitors hurriedly got back to their car and sped off into the night. Now, it doesn't stop here because the following morning, Sean decided to inspect the outside of his van. But as he tried to open the door, he discovered it was stuck. Confused and slightly alarmed, he forced it open and was met with an unsettling sight. His van had been zip-tied shut. Watch what happens.
My door's stuck. What the actual... See that?
Someone had taken the time to secure the doors with heavy-duty zip ties, effectively trapping him inside. As he examined the van, he found that the back door was also tampered with. His mind raced with possible motives. Were they trying to steal diesel? Or perhaps they were locals unhappy with his presence? Or just people messing around? Despite his harrowing experience, Sean's adventurous spirit remained unbroken. YouTube adventurer Matt Field, the face behind the popular channel Field Days, with 1.6 million followers, recently took on a challenge that pushed his courage and his audience's nerves to the limit as he ventured into a location steeped in a remote cave reputed to be haunted. The adventure begins with Matt setting out for a 24-hour solo camping challenge. This particular cave, whispered about in local lore and among Matt's friends, is said to have an unsettling presence. Almost immediately upon entering, Matt reports a sensation of being watched, hearing very strange sounds.
Alright, so a fair bit of time has passed. We're still sitting here. Two extremely weird noises I've heard now. One, I swear to God it was the ladder that I come into the cave on. It was swinging. Now, I think I'm just tripping balls, but I swear to God it was the ladder swinging. And second thing is just that weird sound I heard again. It's just a very strange noise, but can't really put my finger on what it is. I don't think it's bats. I don't know what it is. But anyway, it is about 11 o'clock at night right now, and we are going to dig into the baked beans.
As Matt settles in for the night, feasting on a can of baked beans, the creepiness intensifies when suddenly he hears an inexplicable sound that sends chills down his spine.
In a haunted cave. Oh my fucking God. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps.
As the night progresses, watch how things get very obviously worse with the doubt, as he hears even more disturbing noises which can't be explained by the wind.
I really hope you guys heard that chain move just then. It is 100% now. I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even Holy shit. Oh my fucking God. You must have heard that just then. Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this is fucked. Holy shit. That's not normal, dude. Well, I'm freaking out.
Despite the mounting fear and chilling encounters, Matt decides to stay the night after briefly contemplating an early exit. He endures the unnerving sounds and sights until dawn, and as you can see, he is visibly shaken.
I just heard a sound. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound, and I'm scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. That sound, it was not normal. It's probably about 2.5 hours after I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. Hey, good bloody morning to ya. It is the morning. We have spent the whole entire night in this cave. Some of the most craziest, most busted ass sounds I've heard in my life were happening last night. Like, I'm talking sounds that give me chills, dude. Like, I'm proper chills. I'm here, I'm still alive, I haven't been murdered, I haven't been taken by a ghost or a spirit. So that's a bloody good thing. The sun has just come up. I've actually been sleeping here on this rock.
So, could this cave truly be haunted? Matt's experience seems to suggest there might be truth to the legends. Roadie is a YouTube channel where the uploader shares his experiences of living out of his truck and traveling around the country. Typically, his videos focus on the beauty of nature and the joys of independent living. However, a video uploaded in December of 2017 diverged from the theme, showcasing a far more unsettling experience. In this particular video, Roadie recounts an incident that occurred earlier that year while he was car camping in a parking lot. At around 1:30 a.m., a hooded man began walking around his truck, taking pictures of the license plates. The back of the truck where Roadie was sleeping was pitch black, making it likely that the man did not realize anyone was inside. Unaware that he was being recorded, take a look at how the suspicious individual continued to circle the truck for several minutes.
So it was probably around like 1:30 in the morning when I heard someone walking around my truck. And whenever you're sleeping, somewhere public and you hear somebody walking right outside your truck, it's always a little bit alarming. So what you'll see here in a second, he pulls out his phone and starts taking pictures. It looks like of my license plate or something like that. I'm not sure why he was doing this. So I thought maybe, I wasn't allowed to park there and he was taking pictures of my license plate, but it's kind of odd to be doing that at 1:30 in the morning. And he didn't look like a security guard or anything like that.
The fear builds as the man makes his way to the side of the truck and tries to shine a flashlight inside. At this point, Roadie decides to take action. He bangs his fist on the inside of the truck to alert the man to his presence. Startled, the man immediately runs away.
He comes back around and tries to shine his flashlight into the back of my camper shell. You'll see here in a second. And I just bang on the window, and he takes off running. So he probably wasn't expecting that.
The exact intentions of the hooded individual remain unclear, but his extremely weird behavior suggested he might have been planning something illegal, possibly a carjacking. Thankfully, Roadie was able to scare him off and spend the night safely. Phil, the host of the YouTube channel Hike Slam, is known for his adventurous hikes across Virginia. On the day before Thanksgiving in 2021, Phil embarked on an overnight hike and camping trip along a section of the Appalachian Trail near his home. What started as a routine adventure quickly turned horrifying. About half an hour into his hike, take a look upon the pile of garbage he found.
So some Bud Light cans, plastic bat, some writing on some of this garbage. This one, hangman is coming down from the gallows. Song lyrics. Other weird things. Well, hopefully I don't get murdered out here. That would totally ruin my day. Well, let's keep going.
Oddly, it was covered in cryptic writing. While strange, it wasn't enough to deter him from continuing, and he joked about hoping not to get murdered. However, as he progressed further along the trail, he encountered more of these rambling notes, and this time they were accompanied by a dead duck, adding a disturbing twist to the situation. What was even more odd was how neatly the notes were placed between rocks.
The weirdness continues. What the hell? And there's a dead duck here. A very long note. And it looks like it was just put here because it's not wet. That duck is fairly recently killed. Alright. Kind of creepy.
Concerned by the bizarre discoveries, Phil decided to change his plans. Instead of camping at his original spot, he opted to hike 2 miles in the opposite direction to a shelter. Despite his efforts to find a safe place, the unsettling presence seemed to follow him. Watch what happens later at night.
I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire. Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. Great day on the AT. This was in August. Huh. Someone left some PBRs here, I guess. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics and writing and stuff. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here. Let's see if this makes any sense. Sorry if the lighting's bad. I'm just gonna see what it says. Cleaned the outhouse. Picked up trash. Collected wood for others. See Charlie Daniels' Simple Man lyrics, which I used in 2013 Facebook post. And note the rope I found with the silicone sealant can 2 miles south of that. I left it on a stump. In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail. What the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. Here in early 2017, Trump, Nebo, allowed Obama to have the special use of the Air Force One for a trip to Palm Springs. This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other side of the river. That's kind of scary.
Understandably disturbed, Phil struggled to fall asleep that night. He was still half awake when he heard footsteps approaching the shelter. His heart raced as the sound grew closer, knowing that someone or something was nearby. So rationally, he made the smart decision to go back to his truck and leave. Will's whereabouts is a beloved traveling and camping YouTube channel based in the UK, where the host, Will, takes viewers along on his journeys through the countryside, sharing valuable tips and tricks for camping and exploring the great outdoors. However, in one particularly scary episode, Will encounters something that leaves him and his audience with chills. In this episode, Will sets up camp in Box Hill, an ancient and densely wooded area southwest of London. As night falls, Will settles into a sleeping bag, ready to get some rest after a long day of exploration. However, his plans for a quiet night are abruptly interrupted. In the dead of night, he is awakened by a disturbing noise.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight.
Some of Will's viewers speculate that the sounds could be coming from wildlife, perhaps a fox or another nocturnal animal. However, Will isn't so sure. As the wails persist, Will's viewers are left to wonder what could possibly be happening deep in the woods at this hour. Is it a prank, a distress call, or something far more sinister?